Hello, world, and welcome to our live stream tonight with a special announcement. We have Michael Oden and his son. Hi, Mike. How's it going?
Guys?
Good to see you. We missed you the other night.
Yeah, I know. Somebody was having issues going down for sleep. James, can you say hi to the people here at in the chat and everything? Can you say hi? No? Okay, that's fair. James and I just got back from a dino safari, so he's all enamored with his little goodie bag that he got and everything. But yeah, no, I was going to be on your guys' show last night and chat with you guys about the book a bit and everything like that, and then we were having some difficulties here getting somebody to bed. And so I wasn't able to come on, but then all of a sudden I get this notification that says, "Oh, you got a new contribution," and sure enough, that contribution put us right over 6K. And I was like, "Oh man, that's awesome!" And it was a really big deal for us. And we have a secret stretch goal that got unlocked at 6K. I figured, what better way to say thank you than to come on the show that I ended up missing out on, unfortunately, and doing the announcement here live.
That's fantastic. We're so happy to have you. I mean, Dean is a heck of a salesman. He really pitches this book well. He's so enamored being your artist. He speaks so highly of you. You guys seem like a really great team, and we can't wait to get our hands on the book. So tell us, Mike, what's the secret tier?
So the secret stretch goal that you guys unlocked is a new tier to the book, which gives a B variant to the special edition. Now, for anyone that's saying, "Oh man, really another book for me to buy after I got the one of each tier?" We actually already factored the price of that tier in with the one of each. So you're effectively, you are always going to be getting this book. You're just now officially getting this book now that it's been unlocked. So you don't have to, if you backed the one of each tier, you are automatically going to be getting this this cover of the book and everything. And so what we're going to do is I am going to share screen.
Yep, we'll cue you in.
So I wanted to do an homage piece to the original painted cover of James O'Bare's The Crow.
The Crow, yeah.
And it's done by the line work is done by Vaughn Randall, who did some fantastic work with us in Elysian Fields way back when. And the colors are done by Entertainment Madness. And so this isn't actually the final, because what Entertainment Madness is doing is he gave me this as kind of our digital proof, and he has actually printed out the high res of this piece by Vaughn and is painting over it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So, and once that is completed, the original piece of art for that will be put up on the campaign as well.
That's phenomenal. I mean, that looks really, really stunning. I can't wait to see it.
Gorgeous. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, very much
already
so.
Excited, but that's just beautiful.
This the book seems like it's a really significant and emotional story. I didn't get to ask you this, but how did you come up with this idea? I mean, I know that you like The Crow. I know that the visuals of Spawn and the darkness and everything were kind of what Dean brought to the table to envision the character. But a father who loses their son, and the son comes back in the form of a protector. I mean, that's a very interesting take on a traditional trope. I want to know what led you to that. How'd you get there?
Well, are you showing off your shirt, bud? So what this past year, 2020 was a rough year for a lot of people, and myself included. Like I had the great opportunity of getting into the comic industry, but then in my personal life, my marriage fell apart, and as you see, I've got a little one here, and we're going through a divorce. And no matter how amicable that you try to handle that, there's a lot of hurt and a lot of negative emotions that come with that. And so the embrace is kind of born out of all of the pain and everything that I've had going through this situation, and trying to channel that into something constructive. And James O'Barr, when it came down time to when he wrote The Crow, it was inspired by the loss of his fiance. Hey, give me a few minutes. We'll put Spider-Man on here in a minute. Here, do you want to go with Grandpa and look for a fox? Fox.
I'm about to go get food.
Oh, okay, that's fine. All right.
You probably need food.
Here, do you want the flash? Sorry, guys.
Hey, what's up, Chemo? Good to have you in the house. You're here with Jake Twister, me, and Michael Oden.
Mira.
I know, right? We have to be good tonight.
But anyways, so as I was saying, it was kind of this culmination of all this negative emotion. And James O'Barr, when he was writing The Crow, it was fueled by the loss of his fiance who got killed in a drunk driving accident. And then he was inspired to write it because there was a news story that came out about a young couple getting mugged and killed in Chicago over a plastic engagement ring. And that's where Eric Draven and Shelley Webster came from. And so for me, I had all this stuff going on in my personal life. And then a few years ago, like right after he was born, my ex and I came across a news article about a child that had been murdered in a park that was right near where she and I used to live. Like when I came back from my deployment, it was this park that was right outside of our apartment complex, and she and I would go on walks there all the time. And so we saw this news article that was about a little kid a little kid's body that had been found in this park. That the evidence implicated it being a gang initiation.
Oh my goodness.
And that's where David and Clarence came from, was this negative place from that, and the terror of that could have been my kid. And then David is very very much embodies the best parts of my own kid. Like James is only 3, but he's been such a light in my life, and just having the time that I do with him. You want to go to bed? Then do it. I'll be there. But anyways, he, in no small way, when I'm having like the roughest times, it's my times with James and everything that get me through. And yeah, that's where the Embrace Cup was born out of. And when I came up with the concept, I was having a lot of troubles putting the words down because I couldn't visualize the character, and that's where Dean came in, and that's why I made Dean a co-creator of the book. He's not just my artist and everything; he's my co-creator, because without that initial concept piece, I wouldn't have the script.
He helped see what you felt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I'm interpreting it. A lot of great fiction, some of our most creative stuff, comes from just the minds of artists and writers bringing their imagination into the world. But when something is also born out of pain, loss, and deep-seated emotion, that's what makes something like The Crow as powerful as it is. That's what makes stories like what I anticipate from the Embrace as impactful as they are. So I think you've got a really great book here. It's not just entertaining, fun action, kind of like The Darkness. There's a deep undercurrent of very strong emotion that ties your heart to the book. And I'm sure people who are going through similar rough circumstances, or who have even in the past recalling that vibration coming from the book will definitely do something significant. So I want to thank you for making the book, man.
Dude, it was my pleasure, and it's helped me with a lot of things. I hope that it helps other people with the struggles they're going through, because like the overall core of the Embraces story is that our children are the best parts of ourselves, and we should always try to do the best by their eyes. And that's Clarence's journey in this book. Is we see him at the beginning of this story, and he's at the lowest place that I think any parent could be. And his journey throughout this book is kind of realizing that he even though hey, no sir, not right now, no sir, no sir, take the bubble wrap off the floor. Yeah, no. You can do that after I'm off camera.
Yeah, that's you and me, except you're Mike. And
yeah. You're trying to
Give it
snap
here
bubble
now.
wrap on the floor.
Yep.
Now, give me 2 seconds, guys.
You got it, brother. So Kimo is the editor on the book. Kimo Sabe Returns, otherwise known as Lee. And he's saying, where was that comment?
Yeah, I popped it up before.
I was lucky enough to come on as an editor on this book. And I can tell you that the story hits hard, especially if you're a parent. Add that to the amazing Dean James art, and you've got a hit. The Crow is iconic. I reckon the Embrace will be too. I gotta say that this is exactly what I'm anticipating. When I saw this book and I read the campaign page and that kind of idea of a father's loss and the son's love coming back and the whole suit made of ghosts, I just kind of picked up on it, and I'm really feeling this book, man. Okay, so dial 00, and then you feel the darkness overcoming you, the last O before you lose consciousness.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what that it means, but
I'm not sure either. But Kimasabi, I'm really glad that he came on as the editor. He's been fantastic to work with, and to keep hearing the praise that he's given.
Yeah.
Because Kimasabi's no slouch with his reviews. If he thinks something sucks, he is not.
It needs
going
to be changed. Yeah.
He's not going to shy away from letting you know. And all things considered, the edits that we made to the first draft of the Embrace were not especially large. There were some structural things that we did, shifted some scenes around. For the most part, what's in that book is pretty much what I wrote from the get-go. So to have that kind of vote of confidence right from the start from somebody like Kimasabi has been tremendous. That's our 911 in Australia. It's for Dean about to get his stomach pumped.
Oh, no.
So there was a comment I think it's referring to because Dean went to get vodka for the and game.
Oh, yeah, we've definitely experienced that ourselves, the ums and uhs, and yeah, Dean's going to be unconscious right quick.
It's one of those things for me. Like I don't have problems speaking, and I just did it right there. I don't have problems speaking in front of people at all. I've done a lot of panel work and everything, and my time. Like I used to when I was at college. I did a few panels on politics and a few other different things. So I'm fine with speaking to people and speaking publicly, but I also grew up with a speech impediment. And so it's one of those things where, yes, I know he roars. It's really cool. It's one of those things where, I have to I have to think about things that I say like 1,000,001 times before I say them. And sometimes like I've got ADD. And so sometimes my mind will like skip.
Move faster than your mouth. I have the same thing. And then you listen to Kimosabe talk. And it's like, how does his mouth keep up with his brain like that? The man is so articulate and so rapid, and he enunciates perfectly. It makes me angry. Like I get passionately jealous whenever I hear him talk.
He's just like, yeah, I can talk like this for like 3 straight hours, and it will just keep going.
And we'll sit here and listen to him. Yeah, we'll sit and listen to him do it too.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, Mr. Oden. I'm very glad that we could unlock that stretch goal. I'm super excited at the new cover. I love the fact that it's homage to the Crow. I can't wait to see it fully painted up and colored. Thanks so much for coming here and sharing it with us.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me on. And we'll do an actual full-on show together here soon.
Yeah. And we'll have Dean, and maybe we can have Kimosabe join us also. You can kind of get the whole crew 100%. Under one digital roof, and if as long as Australia is not floating away.
Yeah, I know that'll be the only thing that puts that in any sort of hamper. It'll just be, we got to make sure that we can get them there without them just floating off into non-existence. Because apparently Australia is a figment of our imagination.
Hey, so you did hear it. Yeah, it's also where they made Jurassic Park. Timo, we got to get you back on, talk about the company man, my friend.
But anyways, guys, we will catch you all here in a bit. I'm going to head off and take care of the little guy here because we got to get him some dinner. And then it's BED time for after that. And so we're going to be having all sorts of fun.
Today.
Do you want to tell people in the chat who don't know you really quickly where to find you? I mean, we'll link it all in the description.
So for those of you guys who haven't seen me before, my name is Michael Oden. I am the creator and writer of books like The Embrace and Elysian Fields. I'm the founder of Nine Realms Publishing. You can find me on Twitter at ElysianFields_0. You can find Nine Realms Publishing on Facebook under Nine Realms Publishing. Follow us, link us, and click the links to us in the chat and what have you. And back The Embrace. We're 200% funded. We're closing in on 6,100, so 7K will be right around the corner. We're keeping on pushing, and this has just been a tremendous experience, and we're so grateful to all of you who've already come out in support of our book.
Thanks, Michael. We're looking forward to it. Are there any other stretch goals that we should be aware of?
I mean, we have a whole bunch that are right around that are coming.
So what you're saying is we should go check out the campaign.
Yes, is what we're saying. Now, what I will say is our max out stretch goal right now is at 15K, and I will say that stretch goal will be very fun. It's a 12-page short story of the character David back when he was alive, sneak reading one of his dad's comics.
Oh, that's awesome! That's gonna break my heart. Don't say anymore, man. Seriously.
So help us get to that stretch goal because we have some pretty fun things planned for it. It'll be really good. So and I mean with how this campaign's going, that's a very realistic thing for us to do. We're nearing the end of our first 3 days. If there's 5 days left. I guess that's another thing to mention is after those 5 days, the Nine Realms catalog tier goes away, and the ability to purchase Elysian Fields Issue 0 remastered goes away as well. And if you're wondering about the quality of that, multiple people from Kemosabe to Inchai Comic Guy have reviewed Elysian Fields, and according to Inchai, it's the second best written comic in CG. So, I mean, you can't get much higher praise than that. And with it being completely remastered and recolored and everything like that, you're not going to want to miss out, and you're only going to be able to get it on this Embrace campaign. It will not be available on any future campaigns until after Pages of the Dead, when we do a full-on remaster of all three of the first two having the first two storylines completely redone, and with the third to be consistent in that style in a trade paper.
After these 5 days that you're in, the last 5 days of the campaign, those tiers go away, and you're going to extend the Embrace another month.
The 60, we have some stuff.
And then go in demand. So people will have chance to back this for quite some time. So it is very likely, since you're already, more than a third of the way there to unlocking that $1,500 goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's close. Yeah. He's a 1.5 away from half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But anyways, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna go
Yep.
chase after the little guy because he just found his scooter, and that's all sorts.
Yeah. Go make
So
sure that he doesn't get too far.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks
us
so
for
much,
tonight.
Michael.
Cheers, guys.
All right. Whew. It's a little heavy, right?
Yeah.
It's a great guy, great kid, great book.
Oh yeah.
I'm
so excited for this book. I
really am. Yeah. This I love books that do definitely not just entertain, but they make you feel, and that's something very significant for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the thumbs up, leave a comment below, click the bell for notifications, tune into the frequency, and we'll see you next time. One of these days I'm going to get this outro.